Greetings gastronauts, this is KeefCooks. I'm Keef and today I'm going to revisit something that I first did about 10 years ago. Oh yeah, I'm going to make chip shop curry sauce. So my first effort at this, I was still living in Spain and really, chip shops and chip shop curry sauce were thin on the ground. In fact, practically non-existent. So I decided to make my own, and basically from memory, my memory of what chip shop curry sauce is like. So the video was quite well received, but a lot of people, questioned some of the ingredients, and so I'm going to try and fix that now. And in fact, this version is more like a Chinese takeaway version of chip shop curry sauce than an actual chip shop curry sauce, although a lot of chip shops nowadays are also Chinese takeaways. Yeah, go figure. Anyway, it should be quite straightforward and quite delicious, so I'm quite looking forward to it. If you enjoy this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, etc. And let's get on with it. Chip shop curry sauce. Ingredients for the curry sauce: I've got a couple of apples that are going to be peeled and grated. I've got an onion that's going to be very finely chopped. I've got 250ml of plain yogurt, 250ml of chicken stock, an unspecified amount of sunflower oil, and a teaspoon of cider vinegar. Then I've got 2 teaspoons of mild chili powder, a teaspoon each of ground cumin, ground ginger and ground turmeric, and Chinese 5-spice powder, which will give it that Chinese takeaway flavour. Also, I want some chili. Alright, so this just happens to be chipotle chili, which is quite smoky flavoured. That'd be nice. It doesn't have to be that. Any kind of chili powder will do, really. Also, did I mention corn flour? A bit of corn flour, cornstarch to thicken up the sauce at the end. Right, need to deal with these things first. Okay, so the onion, top and tail it, cut it in half and peel it, and then use your magic knife to finely chop it. So we'll set those aside, and now we need to do the apples. So I'll just cut the ends off. And the bruises. And then I've got my magical machine for dealing with apples, which I use about twice a year, so I always forget what to do with it. But we'll have a go. So whack your apple on there, try and stick it to the table again. Wind away. So this is the bit that does the peeling, so that's what we want to happen first, and it also does the coring, which I'm not sure that's entirely what I need for this. Yeah, so I've made a big apple spring. Anyway, so I won't be able to grate that, but I will be able to just chop it with a knife. And when you're done, pop them in a bowl and squirt lemon juice. And squirt lemon juice over them to stop them going brown. Now we're ready to start cooking the sauce. So you want to heat a couple of tablespoons of oil in a wok or a frying pan. Just heat it quite low and then add the onions and let those saute gently for 5-10 minutes till they're softened but not browned. Then add the spices and stir those in, let those cook for about a minute, and then add the chicken stock and the yogurt. And all of this needs to happen at quite low temperature or you'll get stuff curdling, not good. So after about 5 minutes, add the apple. Stir that in, let that cook till it disintegrates basically. Another 5-10 minutes. Then taste your sauce, and you might want to add more chilli if you like it hotter. And if it needs to be thickened, you can make up a slurry of cold water and corn flour and add that and let that cook through for a couple of minutes, and then you're just about done. Well, in fact, you are done. Okay, it's actually had about half an hour, and the apples haven't disintegrated, and it doesn't taste right, really. I've got very sharp yoghurt. I think what I'll do, I'm going to mash it down. I'm going to use a stick blender to break up the onion and the apple, and that would release some sweetness to offset the sharpness of the yoghurt. Maybe. There we go then, whiz whiz. Okay, it's not quite right. The yoghurt is overpowering everything. So I'm going to add a bit of double cream. And also a bit more, another teaspoon of curry powder. Because we've got the heat, we've got the other flavours, but we haven't got much curry flavour. Yeah. Somebody ought to invent a thing like, a bit of cloth that you could tie over your clothes so you don't mess them up when you're cooking. I think that would be a really good thing. Probably more curry. I think, well, this is probably out of date, which I shouldn't be admitting, but yeah, it is. Alright, I'm going to add a teaspoon of garam masala and another teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice. Try that. Oh yeah, that's more like it. I'm going to let that sit for a bit while I make some chips to pour it over, and the flavours will develop a little bit. Some nice chilly warmth going on there as well. Okay, taste test time. So I made some chips and and attempted battered sausage. We actually had fish and chips yesterday, and I should have done this then, but I didn't anyway. So I had some leftover batter and I just dipped the sausage in it. It's not really worked, but anyway. Doesn't matter because we're here about the curry sauce, which is fantastic. So I've never actually worked in a chippy or a takeaway or anything like that, so I don't really know what goes on in the curry sauce making department. I suspect a lot of places would just use, a packet powdered mix and just mix it up with water or something. We sometimes get granules of chip shop curry sauce, and it's not very good actually. This is a lot better, so if you can be bothered, if you've got the time, give it a go. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.